Well, good day one and all. What a wonderful day it is. The start of spring, sun is in the air, the lambs are starting to bound around, bees, butterflies, but with it only being February, it could be a bit of frost. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here, just reflecting, just passing the day really. So, about 12 or 18 months since a local farming family contacted me. I'd worked for this family when I was a ne'er-do-well at school. I used to come up to the dairy farm in push iron early in the morning, come milking and what have you. And you know, David Berry, the farmer, real grand chap, a real honourable fella. Really enjoyed his company and his little insights and stuff. Sadly, he passed after a battle with cancer. So the family got in touch with me and asked if I could put together some ideas for a memorial in his honour. So I came down, we had a bit of a chat and what have you, and about what the family had like this memorial to consist of. And so originally we just started off with just like a stone carving. It's like just a headstone. So let's have a look and just see what we made. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping the gun a bit. So so the family really wanted to have David, and I think it was David's wishes as well, to have him interred actually on the farm, overlooking the dairy farm at Thornton in Craven. The farm next door to the church, but it's a bit more fitting, after he's built the farm up from what it was when he kind of like took the reins from his father, I suppose, into what it's become now. A thriving dairy farm with robotic milkers and really pushing things forward. So I suppose it was fitting to have him interred on the farm. And as you can see, looking down over the farm, just watching what's going on. So yeah, so the family, like I say, the family got in touch, and we started off just with just carving a headstone. So back in the 1970s, David and his father were doing some draining, I think, down at Earby, digging out with the bucket and what have you, and they scraped on a bit of stone. So now, after a bit of closer inspection, we found this. We still don't know what it is actually. It's a right bonny little bit of stone. It looks, ooh, a little bee there. I don't blame him for having a bit of a sniff around these hyacinths. They're lovely. So yeah, so we're not sure what originally it was. It looks like some kind of millstone, but it's got like a concave sort of shape to it. So I don't know whether it's a cap for something or what. We don't know. So anyhow, that was back in the 70s, and it's been lying around on the farm ever since. I can remember when I was a kid and I used to come up here. It was in the corner of the yard up next to the stone trough. But we've been there ever since the 70s, I suppose. So the family asked me if I could carve, a little memorial into the stone. So it's really like, so I thought, what an opportunity to do this man some honour. So took it home. It's like a local, it's a grit stone, but round here, Thornton in Craven, we're at the end of what's called the Craven Fault, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it goes from Grassington right down into Craven, and round the West Craven area is predominantly sandstone, but because of the Craven Fault, there's like what's the word? I'm not quite sure. I'm no geologist. There's like a spike of limestone coming up through here. So all the farms in the Thornton area they're all limestone, but as soon as you drop down into Earby, you know, the local stone type goes back to the sandstone, and the limestone round here is quite shaly, which is like, could be a nightmare to walk. I remember walking a lot of the local farms, it's just, hit it with the hammer, it just shatters. It's very, very hard stone. But this stone that David and his father dug up is grit stone. So I think the nearest place that is predominantly grit stone is over Colne, and as you go up over Trodden. So who knows where this has come from and how it ended up in that field down here, like a couple of feet under the ground, but it must be really, really old. So it was a beautiful sentiment that they asked me to carve his memorial into this piece of grit stone. So I had a bit of a head scratcher really, how to make it look as good as it possibly can. So what I've done, I had a bit of sandstone laying around. So what I've done is I sat the memorial after I carved it into the sandstone with some stainless steel dowels drilled up into the grit stone, down into the sandstone, and then resined it in place, and that'll be there forevermore now. If I was to use iron or a ferrous based metal for the pins, what you tend to find is it'll rust a bit and then you can end up like popping the stone. You know, everyone's been around graveyards and they've seen like stones that have bobbed over and what have you, and it's usually because the stone's spelched off where the pin is. So so as you can see, I've hand carved the memorial in place. We followed the natural curve of the top of the stone wheel, if you will, whatever it is. So David Allen Berry, all carved using the tungsten carbide chisels into the stone. But because it's such an old stone and very, very gritty, it's really difficult to get a nice clean edge on it. So it took quite an amount of time and skill, I suppose, to carve this bit of stone. But I'm really, really happy with the outcome of the piece, and the family are over the moon with it. So it's I see it as like a fitting tribute. So so that was how it started really. But then there was a chap was supposed to be coming to build the rest of the memorial area, of like a dry stone wall in the field that the cows can't get to. Let's have a look. And barbed wire, just somewhere where Debbie can rest and the family can come and just sit and ponder and reflect of time spent with David. You know, just come for a bit of peace and quiet. So I big D's, little D's, I ended up taking on the job of the dry stone walling around the memorial area. So I had to come up with a design really that would be fitting but not, you know, in keeping with the local area, using local stone. So we've sourced some local limestone, you know, so it has to be something really that the cows can't be pushing over and the sheep can't be getting in and eating the hyacinths and all the bulbs that are coming up. So just take a little tour around. Oh, the little partridge there's come to say hello. So as you can see, we've got like a nice little dry stone wall there. They're at the local limestone. And I thought, what can I top it off with? Because I can't really be using the rough top stones, because the rough local top stones, because you know, it's going to be a fitting, bespoke finish to the job. So there's a local reclamation yard over at Colne, McGowan Stone. Superb service, really happy with their contribution to this project. They've supplied the half round top stones. I think they cut them out of flags and each one's dressed up, as you can see. Have a look up here. So as you can see, that'll have been a flag or maybe a sill, reclaimed from some terrace properties all over Lancashire and the northwest, and they're all dressed up perfectly. Each one's identical almost, but they've still got the character. I mean, if you look at that, you can see the scutch marks where the masons been dressing it up. Lovely, lovely. But they're all different colours because obviously if there's so much stone in the yard from all over the northwest, different colours and different shades. So I asked them if possible to try and get like a grey hue, like just to fit in with the limestone. So they've done a superb job. Really, really nice job. You know, matching the stone. I'm happy with the end result, what was delivered, and the clients are really happy. So yeah, so that's the memorial area, the resting place, I suppose. And I thought, right, well, what can we do? So we could either have like just a normal bench or something like that, but I thought it'd be really nice to create like a floating oak seat. So what I've done is I've walled some supports into the bottom of the dry stone wall, and then we've got some old oak sleepers, some reclaimed sleepers, a bit of character, a bit of history to them. I've dressed the edges up so you're not nipping your bum when you sat on it. So I put a nice curve, a nice chamfer on that edge, and then I've dressed them up with wax. So I oiled them first, so that soaks right into the timber, preserves it, and then I put a wax on it just to shed any water off. So this oak seat should be lasting a hell of a long time. Just like put a nice joint in there, you know, just to marry them up, so you can get 2, maybe 3 people sat here. The family can come up and just reflect. So yeah, so David's sat there looking over. David's led there looking over his farm. It's a beautiful spot, isn't it? Looking out of the Yorkshire Dales there, West Martin over there. Going down to Rolls Royce, Barn Oldswick. Going right round. So there's the church. And then David's father Kenneth, he passed a while before David passed. And Kenneth's led next to him, just on the other side of the wall. It's a beautiful, beautiful little resting place. So yeah, so then so the wall was up, and I thought, what can we do to complement it? Because when you sat, if I was to build the wall up the same height as the rest of the wall surrounding the resting place, when you sat on the bench, you won't be. All you better see is the back of a wall. So we got in touch with my friends over at North Valley Forge, and we got them to. We came to them with some ideas. The family told me what they wanted to go into the railings, so I went down. I had a nice meeting with you know, the craftsmen down there and the designers, and I told them what the family wants, and can you design me something? So because it's a dairy farm, they've machined a laser cut, sorry I should say, this dairy cow out of plate steel. They've set it into these like lovely railings. It's not too conspicuous. It's like a nice subtle design, and then we've put the gate into the railings. It's rock solid. It's gonna last. It's gonna outlast me. It's gonna be lasting forever. Is this? It's been up now maybe 12 months. There isn't a spot of rust on it. They've done a superb job. I'm really happy with what North Valley Forge have done here. And just look at this. Look at the skill and the craftsmanship that's gone into this. Ryan at North Valley Forge has made this wheatsheaf out of steel, and he's you know, he's a really highly skilled blacksmith. If you got anything that you want doing down there, anything you want doing out of metal, railings, gates, anything bespoke really, go down to North Fire Forge, give him a ring. Superb service, real attention to detail. So he's I don't know if you can just see there. He's put some little mice running around the wheat sheaves, running up there. See how the tails wrap around the ear of wheat. It's really like it's beautiful. He's done a really good job. I'm over the moon with it. It far surpassed my expectations of what they were going to create for the project. And as you can see, we've got some climbers, maybe some clematis or honeysuckle, maybe rambling away up the railings. Over time, this is going to be like it's going to be like a really beautiful and fitting tribute to a marvellous man. So it's been like I say, it's been an absolute honour and a privilege to be asked to do this project, to become part of it, and to give the family a fitting tribute to a well-respected and well-liked local farmer. So yeah, I might just have a sit down and a little ponder for 10 minutes. Right, enjoy your day, whatever you're up to.